Everybody, welcome back to the channel. So this time we are going to go through some of the framing details and the rebuilding of the stairs, which was not part of the original project, but I think we end up with a better set of stairs when we're all done. And yeah, so we'll just go through some different framing details, and yeah, we'll get ready and try to get moving forward here. All right, so let's take a look a little bit how this got framed. We had talked about in a previous video, we've got the outside wall done with this in so fast. And then there's a couple different ways you can frame these walls. One is you can pre-build the walls and stand them up, but with this one here, this basement, and they're particularly more problematic with basements, that the concrete floor may not be even, so you might have 3/8, maybe half an inch variation across the floor. So then what you can do is you can shim the top and then just make sure you get long enough screws to go through and pin it. That's one way. This way I end up, setting my top and bottom plate with the plate level and then cutting each stud individually. One of the things I have to do is we need to put a fire stop in here, and we can just, because it's not a rated ceiling, we can just use foam in there. Building inspector is fine with that. If it was a rated ceiling where we had to, like a multi-family unit, we would have to do it with a fire preventive caulk. But this one is just to slow the fire down. So one of the framing details that kind of got made a little bit problematic is coming down this stair is getting my door height in, and this is slightly under where I need for door height, but I am up as tight as I can be up in there for that duct, and then that jogs through here. We want to keep the ceiling up high in this area, and then when we get to this corner, it drops down. So we do have this lower area here, and the way that is framed is I've got 2x4s screwed to the joist above and then hung down, and that comes all the way across, and those are spaced about every 16 inches through here. We do have, I don't know if I talked about it, so they've got these coils of wire, and what they'll do later is there's puck lights going in here. And so they just leave the wire loose, and then they just drill a hole, and then they can reach up and grab the wire and connect onto that. So that'll go all the way through. This comes in where you can see how close we are to our door height. So that will be a little bit of, we'll have to address how we trim that out with our drywall. So I think earlier we talked about how this is going to get framed down in order to get past, basically this was our determining height. So, and we got another one over here for our vent and then for our drain. So that area is lower, and we're able to get it so this is a 48 inches in here, and that is the size of our shower. And then so our shower will come in kind of like that. It's 36 by 48 into that corner. We've got the pocket door here. We'll slide in there. We're going to rebuild these stairs. And originally we weren't planning on to, but one of the things we found out is that very top, between the existing floor up there and the first step, when the floor got added, the new flooring on top of it, it raised that up almost a full inch. So it's considerably higher. It's an inch taller from that first step to the next one, which is a huge trip hazard. So when somebody would step down, potentially they'd lose their balance and come flying down the stairs. So, which kind of opens up another problem. So technically, on most codes, if you touch these stairs, they want you to bring them back to new code. And that is not possible because of the headroom of up here. Right now, let's go back and look at my dimensions here. So existing right now, my overall average rise is 7.88 inches, and my run is 8.95 inches. Oh, the run is the step. So we want this closer to maybe 7.25 and this closer to 10, which extends when we're doing this in the stairs, with your run extended, brings it, makes that longer. And where we run into a problem is coming in like this. We need to maintain a 6'8" between the lowest point in the staircase and the diagonal of the, let's see, let's bring this out here. So this is of our diagonal on our stairs, and this is our ceiling coming in, something like this. This dimension should be 6'8". We have that now, but if we extend this out further in order to get that run closer to the 10, we're going to run into ceiling height problems, and then we're going to run into this coming down from the top side here. So when you come down the stairs right now, this is just about 6'8", 6'9", I think. So when we push out further, this is gonna get closer. So that's the plan. I did talk to the building inspector and went through all the numbers. He was happy. So what we're gonna come up with is we're gonna add one tread, and I'm gonna get 893 for the run, so a little bit bigger on the run, but I'm gonna bring my rise down to 7 and 7.31 inches. So my angle is about 39.29 is my angle, which is better than the 41.2, which was the existing. So it'll be a little bit flatter stair. It'll be a little bit easier to come up and down and feel more comfortable. And when they're all even, that helps out a bunch. So we'll start tearing it apart. All right, so this is stair guides that go on my square, and then I just line these up with the number that I want. I'll line that one up, and then this one butts up in. That's one thing nice about this type of board. We've got nice even edges. If you end up with a 2x material, you end up with a lot of rolled edges. So I like working with this stuff. It's a little more expensive. Actually, it's quite a bit more expensive, but it gives a nice sturdy stair, and we end up with more meat in here. And but yeah, so we'll just keep laying out until we get all the way down to the end. So one of the things I do is I will lay out my first stringer, and I will a lot of times I won't even cut it out. I'll cut the top and bottom, get these all marked to make sure everything's going to be level, everything's going to come back where I'm at. And then I'll go back and go ahead and cut all of these out, and that's my pattern. So I'm in a typical stair, I'm going to have 3 of these. I'm going to have one on each edge and then one in the middle. And but I want to test it before I go ahead and start making commitments on all these. So apologize about the poor lighting here, but one of the things, so this is a saw, and this, when I'm doing stairs, this is called the HKC HKC 55. So is their saw that they have, and I love the saw in so many ways. It is very underpowered, but stairs is where this thing really shines for me. So I can, let me see if I can do this. And I can go from 60 degrees in that direction to 60 degrees in this direction. So if I'm cutting stairs, so like this set of stairs, I know is in one direction, 50.75 degrees in one direction. And then when I bring it over here, it'll be 39.25. So I'll bring that stop. This stop slides up and down here and adjusts from 90 and 60 degrees in either direction. What that does is, when I'm working with this stuff and cutting out stairs, it is basically bump and go. So I can put it up there and I can just, go with my saw there. Like, I line this edge up where I want my cut at and make that cut. So although this saw, like I said, is underpowered, this is where this thing shines. So when I'm doing stairs, I want to make sure that every single stair is every rise and run of the stringers are even and straight. So, all right, getting a little dark here. So new stairs are in. Those are even top to bottom. So those turned out. They still have to glue my my treads in place. I had to get it in real quickly so that they could deliver sheetrock, but then I'll come back and put carpet in there, and then we can come back around on this side over here. It's always down there. So the one thing you have to do with these is, I don't know if I can see. There's a bracket here that has to be put in. It gets nailed into member up here in order to hang that. Some people, and you can't hang it off of plywood, but you have to make sure that that's in there. The other thing that most people gets missed is I've got on the bottom here, I've got a treated top plate, but I also have a bracket, so this is screwed into the floor, and then my stringer is nailed into that, so to keep it from moving. All right, I think we're gonna wrap this one up here, and then in the next video, we will go through all the mechanicals and all the different things we had to do to get everything in here. So that'll be next time. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.